What's going on, world? Welcome to my channel, and on this video I'll be discussing why I will not be getting a Nintendo Switch when it launches March 3rd, 2017, just a few short weeks from now. But there's quite a few reasons actually. Normally I cannot wait to get a new system when the new technology arrives. I'm excited to get it, excited to try it, showcase it to my friends and really test it all out. But this is especially true if you already own a Wii U presently. Anything that's coming out, it's launching with Zelda Breath of the Wild. But besides that, there's only like 3 or 4 other games. And Nintendo, they're coming out with 1-2 Switch, which is essentially Wii Sports all over again, except this time it isn't free. It's $49.99 as opposed to the $60 price tag of all the other titles. So thank you, Nintendo, for giving us $10 off this minigame collection that should have been included with the system. It would help you push systems, but yeah, there's not many reasons to buy that, and I could see that in a bargain bin years from now. But so if you already have a Wii U, though, I've pondered over it for quite a while now. Zelda Breath of the Wild is coming out on March 3rd also for the Wii U, and that's only going to be $60. So there's completely zero reason to get a Switch due to the fact that Zelda Breath of the Wild is the only game noteworthy that you're going to be playing on launch day, and for even a month and a half after that. So let's do the math. Look at the price of the Switch. It's $300. Factor in a $60 game, $360 plus tax. I'm sure that's nearly $400. You'll probably pick up a second game, maybe an extra pair of Joy-Cons, which is $80, so you'll be upwards of over the $500 range for technology that's not necessarily cutting edge, but they've always done that with all their systems. The original Wii was terribly underpowered. It was basically like a GameCube, if you ask me, just with motion controls, and that turned out to be the greatest system, at least their best-selling system, I think, with over 120 million units. And then the Wii U, their spiritual successor, it's a nice little system. I enjoyed it, but I think that launched for $350. They had a botched time leading up to the release of it. Poor marketing. They couldn't even convey that it was a separate system. People thought it was a peripheral rather than a new standalone successor to the Wii, which was extremely successful. So that was one of the failing factors, and there really wasn't a great deal of games put out for it, but the Wii U was a great system with a lot of great things, Due to that only 13 million people bought it, Nintendo is going to be re-releasing a lot of those games on the Switch, starting with Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, which will now be called Mario Kart Deluxe. That's launching in April, if I'm not mistaken, and it'll be a great game, and many of you probably actually haven't even played that title, so that's cool. But that's a re-release. They're coming out with Splatoon 2, but if I'm going to be playing a first-person shooter, I'd like something a little less cartoony. Not trying to take anything away from that game, but that's just not for me. But good game nonetheless. Not really. I'm sure it's not going to be much of a sequel, but whatever. And I'm sure they're going to be porting over a lot of the other IPs like Yoshi, Kirby, Smash Brothers. All of these games will probably be ported over the next year and a half. So mostly the entire Wii U library of first-party titles, that is, that they know will sell, will get a fresh coat of paint and a re-release on the Switch. So, but yeah, the only true reason to actually own a Switch for me, and mind you, I'll still be playing Breath of the Wild on March 3rd when it launches, just on the Wii U. But the only reason in my mind to own a Switch at the present time would be for Super Mario Odyssey. And that looks like a great game. It's a return to form for the franchise, for one thing. Mario Galaxy, while a great game, was very linear and they held the player's hand a lot and less open world like. But with Mario Odyssey, it's going to be harkening back to the time of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine. They were incredible, less linear, and there was more of a challenge involved with those games. So that's going to be really good. And that comes out the holiday season of 2017. So I may wait till November to get one. And who knows, due to their hardware shortages, looking back at the NES Mini, due to that fact, there may not even be many Switches that you can get a hold of. But I'll be waiting for the holiday season to get that, and hopefully they launch it with, rather than just the core system, they'll have some holiday bundles, perhaps including Breath of the Wild, or maybe Super Mario Odyssey, or something along those lines, maybe Mario Kart, and maybe they'll be at the $300 price point also to give some extra incentive, for those that haven't already hopped on the Switch bandwagon. But yeah, that's why I'm not going to be buying a Switch. And mind you, if you look behind me, I have a bunch of 64 games with custom cases and fucking Mario action figures, so I'm definitely a nerd. And that is definitely a picture of Link from the Wind Waker back there. But yeah, I'll be buying lots of Nintendo games, and right now actually I'm stocking up on my Wii U titles before they fade into obscurity. And judging by how much the GameCube games are worth nowadays, 16 years later, like a copy of Mario Sunshine or Luigi's Mansion is retailing for $40. Mario Kart is like $70 now. So, and they sold twice as many units as the Wii U did. So in 16 years from now, getting a hold of that Mario Kart or Smash Brothers for the Wii U, what is now even still held its retail value pre-owned, like $50 just to buy the game pre-owned. So in the future, I can only imagine that these Wii U first-party titles will command a much higher price tag as a result. So I'm collecting that stuff now while it's still in the stores, and buying Wii shovelware for the original Wii, buying it by the boatload. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe. I'll be updating it quite often. Thank you. My name's the Retro Game Rockstar, and I'm a fucking nerd.